today is Friday, it's the 3rd of January 2025 now, and we're on the bus into Palma. We've got 3 buses to get, so we're going to make use of them. Well, reassuring that our cars still work and we're able to get into Palma without renewing the cards. That was something I wasn't quite sure about, and we got off at the last stop, our last stop on our bus route, which is called Sindicato, and we're going to meet Yvonne there. There's another Syndicat bus. And we're going to start with a coffee. Well, the ladies are going off on their little shopping expedition, and in this way, going out towards the Avenidas. It's one of the electric buses, look. And apparently we're going to get 100 more of those over the next few years. They're not coming instantly, they take a while. So one of the new things that came in on January the 1st was the low emission zone, which is where we are now. This is in the old part of Palma, and all the old part is now on a low emission zone. It's lettered ZBE, which is for zone bajo emission, and if you drive into these areas, you're supposed to have a special sticker in your car. You pay about €5 for the sticker. But well, apparently they're not going to fine you if you do drive in there for the whole of 2025. It's just another example of the way the authorities work here. So what we do have are cameras. So across the road there, up top, there's a camera. These cameras can read your registration, so why you need the sticker, I don't know. They certainly can't read the sticker from there, because the sticker goes in the front of your car. So the sticker's a bit redundant, and I'm just watching cars coming in, and that one certainly didn't have the sticker. But nothing's going to happen for a year anyway, so you might get a letter through the post if they spot your car. This is the ZBE, and that's the sort of thing. And you've got all the different stickers there. Zero is like an electric car, Eco is hybrids, and then you've got C and B. And there are some cars that can't have a sticker because they are either too old or too polluting. And if that's the case, then they're not allowed to drive in that zone. Again, at the moment, I don't think anything's going to happen to those cars. Bit of a queue to go in there. And this is referred to as the Avenidas. It's like the ring road, the dual carriageway that goes all the way around Palma. And we refer to it just generally as the Avenidas. There are lots of shops along here. I think many people come to Palma actually don't walk along here to look into the shops, but there's lots of them, including El Corte Inglés. Gone past now. And this road will take me all the way down to the sea, so I thought I'd come along here, just show you this little bit of an area. Normally when we come in the car, we'll park in an underground car park. So a few years ago they dug up this avenida and they put an underground car park underneath, and it's huge. It goes all, there's actually several of them, but lots of parking, and it's 2 floors, and parking's reasonably cheap here, especially when you compare it with what I'm used to in the UK. And we're not in the low emission zone. directly into the sun, so not sure what the video's coming out like. Just have a look around, just see how busy it is. And it's about 15 degrees. It did feel a bit cold, and it was definitely damp this morning. Very humid, and you could see all the condensation on the car. Shops over there, bars, getting lots of massage places, oriental massages. I'm walking now down towards the sea. Barber's shop. When we first came to the island, this is where they used to have the market on a Saturday morning. The street market used to be where all the cars are parked in the centre there, and in some of the back streets here, and that would be on a Saturday morning. We don't do that anymore. And the part I particularly liked was the second-hand market. There were all sorts of things there, and that moved off into the Polygono, the industrial estate, which is still there, I think, on a Saturday morning. It's a little bit more rough and ready than the ones that I've shown you. The ones that you get in Conseil, which is very well organised, and the one in Santa Ponsa, industrial estate there. The one in the industrial estate in Palma is definitely a little bit more rough and ready. In some ways that makes it more interesting. Just to the right here, this big wall is the school just on the other side of it. And the old part of Palma is all to the right now. Pretty much run out of shops, no more shops on this side, just school, government buildings. So there's another one of these cameras. Street cleaner there has actually just driven up the pavement and cleaned all the pavement. Building, this is military. It's got that 1950s look to me. Vitas Caritas' charity, basically. A1 bus there is the airport bus. Been to the airport a few times recently. We'll be going again next week, so be able to give you the run through. This bluish building in front is another government building, and there's a local police station down there. I didn't really noticed that before, but this particular building, I lost my car keys once and had to come here to see if I could find them. Sadly I didn't. They sent me into the basement and a man pulled out a box and said, oh, these are the ones I found in the last month. And there were hundreds of keys there. Couldn't find mine. He said, well, you can have a look in this one if you like. And these ones from the corner brought out an even bigger box of keys. It wasn't there, I never did find it. Losing your car key, quite an expensive loss. It was quite a while ago, and I think it cost me over €100 to replace a key. You have to be programmed, all sorts of things. Got the sea in front of us. The road off to the right takes you off to the Temple Gate, which I'm not going to do on this video, I don't think. But just down there, if you go down there, turn right, you come to the Temple Gate. But I will go back there again, and we'll have a look to see the progress that's been made on the renovation there. It's one of the petrol stations that's in the middle of the roads. Seems like a bit of a checkered history, and it's not really supposed to be there. It's supposed to have been closed down, never has been though. Just curious. Doing some work. I don't know whether they're actually continuing with this work or not. I've not seen anybody working here for a while, so I'm guessing this has been started, and I'm not sure when they're going to complete that, but it's quite a nice little bridge, that is. And potentially an interesting area down below, which could be used for all sorts of things. Looks like somebody's set up home though down there. If I just pan round to this side, see through the trees maybe an orange building, which people here refer to as the Hessa building. And the Hessa building was the gas and electricity offices. I never went there once, I think, when it was. It's been empty for years and years and years. Well, there have been lots of proposals, and it's now been purchased by the local council, by Palma Council, the Ayuntamiento. They've paid €30 million for that building and two adjacent pieces of land. So it's a large building and a large piece of land, but they've spent 30 million on it, and that doesn't obviously include any renovation work. The idea is to convert that into a cultural centre. Many people here have said you should demolish it and start again. Some people love it, some people really don't love it, and therefore would like to see it demolished. However, can't, because it's a listed building, and I can't imagine why anyone would create that and call it a listed building. It's not very nice. Anyway, they've got sort of ideas that they want to turn it into a cultural centre, so things like a library, an art centre, an exhibition area, and well, the architects have got to put forward their ideas. The problem really is that it was offices before, and as such it doesn't have these really high ceilings that would be required if it was going to be some sort of an exhibition area. They'd have to take out floors, and the architects have said that that's structurally not viable. The other thing is that one of the things that is making it a listed building is the orange glass that's on there. The orange glass, well, it's not up to modern standards, and well, they've suggested that would all need to be replaced as well, and double glazing and all that sort of thing would need to be put in to bring it up to those standards. So all in all, we really don't know what's going to happen. But that's the Hessa building over there. I'm just going to take a photograph of it. Just noticing a bit rough on the sea, little waves there. Not a lot of boats out, but we do have at least one cruise ship in. I'm not sure, there's several ferries in. Anyway, we're going to have a little walk along here. This is the Paseo Maritimo. That's the avenidas that I've just walked down. And I've come down onto the sea side. Across the road is Parc de Mar. Water. You can see that this road, which I'll refer to as the Paseo Maritimo, is reclaimed land, so all of these rocks have been dumped here and the road's been built. Before that, the sea would have gone up to the city walls over there. This road's been here for longer than us. It was already in existence when we arrived in the 1980s. And it's got a nice promenade, which is used by the citizens of Palma, and very popular is the cycle path, which is used by the cyclists, the scooters, the rollerbladers, roller skaters. That will take you on and on and on. You can carry on all the way along there, through round to Portugal, and then you end up getting towards the Playa de Palma. In front of us, in the distance, we've got the hills, which are the backdrop to Palma. And I don't know whether you'll be able to see, but Belvedere Castle is in amongst them. Perhaps when we get past some of these trees. Just getting to a point where I can see the cathedral, hidden behind the buildings over there. trees there are just at the end of Parc de Mar, which has been having a revamp over the last year or two. I think there's still going to be more work going on down there. But an area where they have concerts, they have exhibitions, and the Correfoc, which will be coming up, I think, sometime in the middle of January. If you're here, something not to be missed. Very exciting. Lots of fireworks. All along there you've got lots of apartments, boutique hotels. They've got this magnificent view over the sea, over the Bay of Palma. Watch the ships coming and going. There's quite a few big ships in. I think they're predominantly ferries. Certainly one cruise ship, maybe another cruise ship over to the left. I can't really tell. Cruise ships, they're coming in at all times of the year. So all through Christmas we've had one ship in, one ship out. Great view of the cathedral here. It's different. Take the photograph. Just a little bit further. That's about it. I've just been taking a couple of photos of the ships in the harbour. There's the Baleares ferry on its way out. It's 5 to 11, so time that ferry leaves. Now we can see the mountains in front, which has got Belvedere Castle, and then up on the hill, Navegesa. And Navegesa is in Genova, which is where we live. Something Anita's always pointing out to the children. When they can see Navegesa, they know they're near to our house. The white ferry across there is one of the MSC ferries, not ferries, cruise ships. And that's moored right in Palma, so people who are on that, they can just get on and off it, and they're pretty much across the road. They're onto the seafront. The ship on the other side, though, is moored on the Dique Oeste, and that's quite a long walk if you want to get to the seafront, the front in Palma. That does look to be like a cruise ship. one of the main issues with these cruise ships is the fact that they obviously need power, and the MSC one is belching out smoke from its chimney stacks there. Even the other one on the left is also producing a lot of smoke, and that is what gives us our polluted area. I did see somebody talking about we've just introduced a low emission zone for Palma. Yeah, they've never done anything really about the ships. Some of the more modern ones and the new ones, they are low emission, and there is a move to electrify the port so that they can just plug in effectively when they arrive here and use electricity from the mainland, so they don't need to have their engines running at full blast all day. Just coming around now to have a look at the cathedral again. And the cathedral's got its scaffolding up. Maybe a 700-year-old building, but always needs looking after, so scaffolding's up there and they're doing all the necessary improvements. There's a little boat out there, all on its own. So next to the cathedral there is another building, which is the Mallorca Palace. It's actually the King's official residence, and it's here, and it's where all the state functions go on. The only time I've actually been was when we went to a concert. There's a big courtyard there, and we did go to a concert, so we've never actually done the tour of the palace, which is open to the public. You just need to check the hours and the times, and there's a small fee, but it's not very expensive, and it's something that's on my to-do list, so we will get there. There's cars queuing up to go into one of the underground car parks. The weather forecast set for today, it could go up to 18 degrees, so certainly I'm walking and I'm not feeling cold at all. As we get towards the wall here, just on the other side of it, there's a lot of boats, super yachts and the like, which are all covered in plastic. They're sort of inside a tent, and they create these tents, so they put some scaffolding up and then they put plastic over the scaffolding, and that's so that they can be resprayed, painted in a controlled environment, and no dust going to cause any blemishes on the paint. Quite a business, this wrapping boats, ships. go towards the cathedral and Palma. Where we saw the cars queuing up to go in the car park. The car park's actually underground here, and it's one that Anita and I do use occasionally if we want to be near the cathedral. And here's one of the sets of steps come up from the car park. Just heard a ship blowing its horn. I guess it's leaving. Probably one of the ferries. The gardens here around the Parc de Mar are always kept very well, really pretty. And there's a bar just down here. I've just come down to the Parc de Mar, and there's a Miro here, a Miro-like picture, and this is the Parc de Mar. There's effectively a lake here, but there's no access to the sea, so you never find any boats here other than the one that might be coming around just to keep it clean. Quite a few birds though, and there's a fountain which has to be used just to keep the water circulating and to aerate it a little bit, otherwise it would become stagnant. And this is the bar I was talking about. Quite a useful toilet there, by the way. And it's referred to as the Guinness Bar, which I only recently discovered. It was called the Guinness Bar. I've always known there's a bar here. I didn't realise it was called the Guinness, actually called the Guinness House. We had our photographs taken here when Mallorca were heading off to the Copa del Rey final, and Daily Bulletin wanted some pictures of fans with their shirts on, so we went down as a family. Serena was with us and Leon, and we got them all dressed up in Royal Mallorca shirts, and we came and had our photos. We were actually in the newspaper. Well, it's Copa del Rey season again, and the first couple of rounds have already happened. Mallorca, because they're in La Liga, don't participate in the early round, but we do participate as of today. So tonight we've got an away match, and we're going along to the Mallorca Sports Bar, or Mallorca Cafe, with Monroe and Marcia. We'll go and watch the match there and see how far we progress this year. Could we get to another final? Well, the fact that we did get to the other final, these are the street sellers that sell things illegally, and when the lookouts tell them there's some police around, they have to pack up their wares and go. But getting back to the football, yes, because we were in the Copa del Rey final, it means that this year we've got the Spanish Super Cup, which is first and second in La Liga, and Copa del Rey winners and runners-up. And so Mallorca in that. Unfortunately, it's being played in Saudi Arabia. Where's the sense in that? Where's the sense in playing the match in Saudi Arabia? Anyway, it's all to do with money, I'm sure. But well, we'll hopefully be able to get it on the TV. Our first match on the 9th of January is against Real Madrid. If we manage to win that, which is a big if, very unlikely, but if we did, we could be playing the final, which is on the 12th of January. Athletic Bilbao will be playing Barcelona, and Monroe says I think the TV and the Saudis will be dreading the fact that Mallorca and Athletic Bilbao get through, and it's an Athletic Bilbao Mallorca final. So they obviously want to have Barcelona Real Madrid final. Well, we'll see. Stranger things have happened at sea. This is the Mallorca sightseeing bus, and I suppose it's a way of seeing the city and seeing the sights, but I'm sure I've been spoilt by going on one in Rome, which is absolutely fantastic, and here, not so good. Chairs, barriers. What's going on? Well, I'll tell you what's going on. It's Los Reyes, the Kings, and on the night of the 5th of January, the Kings will be coming in by boat down there somewhere, and then their cavalcade will be coming up here towards the Plaza de la Arena, which is where fountains are now. So all of these streets will get cut off. There will be thousands of people here. I don't think Anita and I have decided yet whether we're going to do this or whether we're going to do a different one, or whether we're going to sit at home and watch it, but it is spectacular. If you are here in Palma on the 5th of January, 6 o'clock in the evening, this is where you want to be. Down here, watching the cavalcade pass through here, dishing out 2,000 kilos, that's 2 tons, of sugar-free, gluten-free sweets, and entertaining the public as they go along. So the children and the adults will be having a wonderful time watching this. The weather forecast's good, and we really enjoy it when we come. It goes on and on for ages. There's something like 200 participants, and they will go all the way around the city. So they go up the Borne, and then eventually they'll come back down and they'll go up here into Plaza Court. Plaza Court is where the town hall is. The roads are already being cut off in preparation for this. Policeman says we can come past. This is where we got the Christmas lights train. I'm not sure whether that's still running. The celebrations for Christmas go on and on. They actually start at the beginning of December, when we have 2 public holidays, which are the 6th and the 8th of December. And then you run up to Christmas. There's lots of things going on, and the Christmas lights get put on actually at the end of November. I suppose it all starts with the Black Friday, the lights going on, and then lots of the things have been going on all over Christmas. Lots of events. There've been concerts. I sat and watched one here, the choir, which was really good. This is the Passage des Born. Stage is now gone from here. There was a big screen here for New Year, so a lot of people came down here for New Year. We decided we'd stay at home. It was a bit too crowded for us last year. So the cavalcade will go on all the way up here. In years gone by, we've always parked ourselves somewhere in the middle of here and watched them go past Louis Vuitton. It's 20 past 11, by the way. Got about an hour to get back to Anita. So 200 people in the cavalcade, and then there's another 120 or so helpers and people supporting it, and the horses that come through. There's a poor chap who goes behind them with his dustpan and brush and his bin, collecting the droppings of the horse as he goes around. But there will be bands playing, there'll be dancers. They've got a balabot, which is Mallorcan dancing going on. There's even an EMT bus which has been painted over or vinyled, especially for it. That'll be something different this year. Usually Real Mallorca have a float. Not sure whether they'll be able to do it this year. It might not even be here. Restaurants open, getting ready for lunch. Just getting up to the top of the barn. There is still a stage up here. Might not be the end of the concert season for this. So this goes on now until the 6th. So the 6th is the Three Kings, and you might think, well, that's it then. Christmas is over, forget the celebrations. Well, yes, Christmas is over, but they then run straight into the next one. And the next celebration, I suppose, is San Antonio. And that's around about the 17th of January. And one of the things that entails is fire and animals. Two things don't normally go together, but they have the blessing of the animals, and there are lots of fireworks, which is the Corrifoc that I referred to, which may be here, has in the past been here, so I need to check that one out. And well, you might think, well, that's it, but no, because we're in Palma on the 20th is the celebration for the Saints' Day in Spain. You will have Christmas, you'll have a birthday, you'll also have a Saints' Day, so another opportunity for presents. But the patron saint of Palma is San Sebastian, and San Sebastian comes up on the 20th of January. It's a public holiday here in Palma. And so shops close, and on the night before, lots of celebrations going on in Palma, and just about every big square will have a stage, and we'll have a band or a DJ or something going on. And in the days going up to it, and even the days after it, there will be lots of things organised by the Ayuntamiento de Palma, the town hall. And then you think we're all exhausted by all the partying and celebrations, because it's not all over then, because you lead into February, and February has Carnival, which is probably even bigger than the Three Kings cavalcade parade. The Carnival procession that goes through Palma is huge, and there are prizes for the best floats, and most interesting, most original, those sorts of things. And that is in February. Oh, I'm exhausted already. And then when you've got that, you're leading into Easter. So I don't know, I've been rambling on a little bit about fiestas and holidays and celebrations, but they make a big part of life here in Spain in general, but in Mallorca in particular. Ooh, they look like potatoes. Chestnuts roasting on an open fire. did close down at one point. It's reopened. Get your press here. And this is one of the courthouses with some really lovely architecture in and around this particular area, which is called Baleares. One of my favourites across the road is the Caixa building, referred to as Caixa Forum, and it used to be the Grand Hotel, but it is a beautiful building. I'm just going to stop and take a few photos. I just noticed some more barriers that are being unloaded from a lorry there, and that's because the cavalcade will be coming along here past the Caixa Forum. And the building in front, this is the Teatro Principal, the main theatre. It's the old theatre, and it very much is an old-fashioned sort of theatre with theatre boxes. And I don't know, I think naively I thought boxes were where you got the sort of the best seats, but in fact we had seats in a box to see the orchestra play, I think it was, and you can actually see the stage from our seats. The seats had no view of the stage at all. It didn't really matter, and we were listening to a concert, but you do like to see them playing, and they're obviously priced accordingly. This is Teatro Principal, so if you are buying tickets for Teatro Principal, just make sure you've actually got a view of what you want to see. They quite often have operas on there, and we've been to a few of those, and certainly ones we've seen are actually subtitled, but in Catalan. This is the entrance to the car park of Plaza Mayor, and these steps take you up to Plaza Mayor. This is the backstage entrance to the theatre. Now, to get to this particular car park, you have to enter the low emission zone, and it's probably the only car park that we use that does require to enter the low emission zone. And we use it very, very rarely, and tend to park near to Plaza España. This is our more regular place. We're just coming to the Ramblas, or Via Roma. Gets a bit confusing, it has two names. So some people will refer to it as the Ramblas, and others will refer to it as Via Roma. It's got the Roman centurions guarding it. And that dates back to the time when Mallorca was ruled by the Romans of Italy, which is not too long ago, not 2,000 years ago. This is recent history. The market stalls are still here. Some of them are open. Some will open a little bit later on in the evening. This is a Spas Cafe. It's one of the places that Anita and I go sometimes with Yvonne. They do a really good menu, reasonable price, and it's a charity you're supporting by going there. And I've been talking to Yvonne today about another one which is actually in a garden centre, so Anita will really be in her element. She'll have good food and a garden centre to go shopping in. Sounds a bit dangerous to me. Just walking up the Ramblas now, and the flowers are all out. People can decorate their homes for the Queen Kings. Next Monday, which is the 6th, is a public holiday, and I would imagine that just about everywhere will be closed, bar the one or two places that are smaller and exceptional, but no big shops will be open. Nice to see that the coin man has come back to the Via Roma. He was in the Plaza Mayor, the Galleria was down there, but that closed years ago, and came back to the Via Roma. The wall across the road did have graffiti on. The graffiti was all removed, and what I'm noticing now is that there are actually some posters on alternate blocks there, stating that it is actually the convent of Saint Magdalena.
Hombre, lo escucho todo el rato. Yo aprendí cosas.
And one thing that's nice, that the graffiti never did return, so one small success. Unfortunately, there are other places that have not been so successful, including the building across the road, which actually got a nice piece of artwork, but it's also got lots of horrible graffiti. Just coming up to Misericordia, which is the big building on the left. Behind that's the General Hospital, and they have lots of exhibitions on Misericordia, which I like to go to. And they have the Aljibe there, which is the underground storage area, which you can visit, and beautifully lit, and there's some subtle music as well. 20 to 12. I'll head off in this direction.
No, me das un 7,5, por favor.
16 degrees the thermometer says up there, and certainly I'm feeling very warm.
Y luego al parque.
Ja, das machen Hunde. Also, nee. Die schütteln dann den Stress.
See a window there that says Rebajas. That means the sales. Sales don't usually start here until after the 6th, so the 7th of January would be when the January sales start. I guess some seem to start a little bit earlier, trying to get in on the act, boost their sales before the main players get in on the sales. Just up there is Sala Sapremsa, the old-fashioned restaurant, and the Plaza Patines, the roller skating plaza. This is just an optician. I think I might have videoed this before, but it's really a very, very pretty bell end. Beautifully done. I think each year they do have a beautiful show on there. And news. This is Calle Olmos. Which is now being referred to as OMS. A lot of places have got two names because of the Spanish and Catalan.
Tenemos todo tipo de luz.
Aquí tengo
nearly at the top, and this lovely building here used to be the military hospital. Now it's a residencia, old people's home, Residencia dels Oms. And the cultural centre that I often go to, which has got the Baleares in at the moment, just around the corner here, just up there. This is San Miguel, very busy down there. And we're now heading into Plaza España. This is in front of us, Plaza España. And there's always a police presence here now. The town hall did announce that they were going to keep an eye on Plaza España. There's had been a little bit of trouble, and well, it's good to see they've kept the word. So usually a police car, and now we've got a police van parked in the square. It's an ambulance weaving its way through the traffic, and across the road where the crane is, that's the intermodal centre where you've got the trains, the buses, and Plaza España itself is a bit of a terminal, so you'll find the EMT buses will be parked here, and the TIB buses will generally go into the intermodal station, and the metro goes from there to the industrial estate and then on to the university. So a busy area, lots of flowers and plants here. They have done a good job of the paving, but it's taken them a long time, and the restoration, has it been worth the wait? Yeah. You forget about all of that, don't you? Going to be making my way back towards where I'm going to be meeting Anita and Yvonne, which is down there. So I think I might go down this way, just for something different. Still got half an hour, I think. Just a point, just down here is where the British consul is. You might see near the top floor there is the British flag, and that's where the consul is. If you need consular assistance, consular agent is there. They work normal office hours though, so don't expect to go there at any time of the day. Today's Friday, and so I'm actually going to go into the market. What time is it? I'm a bit late, I think, for the market, but we can still go in. 12 o'clock. This is the Plaza Olivar market, and this is the fishy side. Pull. you can see some stalls are already empty, and usually lots, but you need to come early if you're going to a fish market. There is some fresh fish on display, but not a great deal. A glass of champagne while you wait to have with your caviar. Oh, here we got some more fish. Hello. Well, that's enough of the fish. We're going into the main market here. And this is a big, busy market. Probably the biggest in Palma. Prepared foods, nuts, fresh fruit and vegetables. There are various bars as well where you can sit and have a drink, something to eat. Special cake for the kings that they have here. Tapas and a drink. Well, that's a very quick tour of the market. Come out to the back door. I went in a side and have come out at the back. And there is a Mercadona here as well, so we've got a supermarket. And there is an underground car park. At the back of where the British consular agent is. Just walking around here, just want to show you the old bingo hall. So the building in front used to be the bingo hall for Palma, and used to be very popular at one time. A friend who used to go there regularly. I've never been inside, so I don't know what it's like, but It's recently been in the press because I think it's a Swedish company wants to purchase it, or they have purchased it, in order to turn it into a spa. So that would be a totally change of use. So good luck to them on that. But an interesting thing for the centre of Palma, something very, very different. I'm just heading back to the Plaza Oliver Market. I'm not going in the Plaza Oliver Market. I'm going to go down Calle Velázquez. Never actually filmed going down there, I don't think. It's just something a little bit different.
No, papá, pero no chispa, fuego.
This is Calle Velázquez. Nice little pedestrianised area. Not sure what we've got in the way of shops down here anymore. It used to be very, very busy, popular area. Maybe it's, I don't know, whether it's changed. One of these Chinese bazaars. You can buy just about anything and everything. There are a few shops down here. And an indication of work going on behind the scenes here as well, so hopefully it can be brought back to life.
Si ella lo quiere.
Not only have we got the low emission zone, we've also got restricted area zones as well. So there's a no entry sign there. It means that it's not no entry to everybody, it's no entry to most people, and it's restricted, so you have to have a permission. So I guess you need to have a little sticker in your car that says you can go down there. Car windows are going to be full of stickers, aren't they? We have a sticker for the MOT, the ITV, which I think is quite a good thing. Makes it easy to spot vehicles that don't have their ITV for the law enforcement officers. Really want our cars and roads to be safe places. Well, this is the area where I've got to meet Anita. I think I'm a little bit earlier. Maybe I need to go and find somewhere, sit down, catch up on all of the messages. Another one of those bazaars, by the way. They're quite amazing places to go into. It's got anything and everything in there. Well, I can sit down here and wait for the ladies to finish their shopping trip.